The full reality of God is always beyond our reach, so the last obstacle of faith is our image of God. Once, after a long day of teaching and an evening of book reading and game playing, I was trying to get my children to bed. I walked Lauren to her room and saw lots of toys scattered about. I said, "Lauren, pick up your toys, put on your jammies, and brush your teeth." Off then I went to get my son Michael on the same path. When I returned to Lauren's room, it was still a mess, and she was in her underwear jumping on the bed. I said with an edge to my voice, "Lauren, you know you're not to jump on the bed, and I told you to pick up your toys, put on your jammies, and start brushing your teeth." She stopped jumping, put her hands on her hips, leaned in toward me, and said, "Dad, you're not God." With 4 words, Lauren crystallized a traditional theological concept. There is a God, and I'm not it. But it wasn't the words. It was the moment. It was an ego-transcending moment when space and time converged. It was a peak experience, a faith experience. It was infinitely more than there is a God and I'm not it. It was a there is a God and I am in relationship with it. Abraham Maslow coined the term peak experience to describe mystical experiences. Peak experiences are sudden feelings of intense happiness and well-being, and possibly the awareness of ultimate truth and the unity of all things. Accompanying these experiences is a wider sense of awareness, as though one is standing upon a mountaintop. The experience fills the individual with wonder and awe. We feel at one with the world and are pleased with it. We see the ultimate truth, or the essence, of all things. Ken Wilber later clarified a peak experience as being a state that could occur at any stage of development, and that the way in which those states or realms are experienced and interpreted depends to some degree on the stage of development of the person having the peak experience. The effect of stage development on the interpretation of state experiences will be a topic for later presentations. For now, it is important to note that you don't have to be self-actualized to have peak experiences. I certainly am not, but the goal may be to have those temporary states become permanent traits. Mysticism is frequently defined as an experience of direct communication with God or union with the Absolute. As a master's student at Seattle University, Ron Rolheiser defined mysticism as meaning union, and he talked about 4 levels at which we can communicate with others. That was nearly 20 years ago. Today's technology has changed the way we communicate. This diagram shows 10 levels, from Twitter to text messaging to video chat. Rolheiser started his definition of mysticism at verbal. You can get to know a person by talking to them. You can talk to someone over the phone. Conversation without being physically present is a weak form of communication. Facial expressions, tone of voice, movement, appearance, eye contact, gestures, and posture make nonverbal communication deeper and more honest. Ritual is beyond verbal and body language. It's the embrace at a funeral. It's Eucharist or Lord's Supper. But ritual isn't reserved for religion. Any serious attempt to do something worthwhile is ritualistic. It's a birthday party. It's when mom gets out the special birthday plate and a song is sung and a wish is made. It's a family dinner. In this day and age, we don't dine anymore. We refuel. We seldom have a sit-down meal with all members of the family present for an opening prayer and the breaking of bread. I will give more attention to ritual as a path to mystery in later presentations. Mysticism is the ultimate level of communication. It's affinity, attraction, felt communication without words, without mediation. It's unexplainable. Even as it's recognized, the experience is gone. Acknowledging its presence is to think about it, and to think about it is a rational act, which is form. Mysticism is formless. Faith is mysticism. It is identity with or conscious awareness of the ultimate reality, divinity, spiritual truth, or God through direct experience, intuition, insight, or instinct. Faith is mysticism. It's in plain sight but cannot be seen. It's never silent but cannot be heard. It's not lost but cannot be found. God is unknowable, the soul unfathomable, but the holy may appear at any moment. Faith is a state of consciousness. Understanding states of consciousness will help us better understand ourselves.